Chapter 10: The First to Fall. By the time the group halted their climb, Sunny was barely holding on. After countless hours battling the steep, rugged slope, his strength was nearly spent. Surprisingly, though, Shifty looked worse. The sneaky slave's eyes were glassy, his breathing shallow, and his face pale and clammy, like he was fighting off a fever. When Hero found a secure alcove to rest, Shifty immediately collapsed, silent for once, which was more unsettling than any insult he could have thrown. With trembling hands, he reached for his flask and drank desperately. "Ration your water," Hero advised calmly, a rare sliver of worry in his usually firm tone. But Shifty ignored him, draining his flask dry. Scholar wasn't doing much better. The brutal climb had pushed his aging body past its limit. He looked worn, drenched in sweat despite the cold, eyes bloodshot with fatigue. Oddly enough, Sunny, who was physically the weakest of them, had held up the best. "Can't we just melt snow if we run out of water?" he asked. Hero glanced at Scholar before answering. "There might come a time when we can't risk lighting a fire. We can't draw attention." No one needed to ask whose attention he meant. The image of the monstrous tyrant still haunted their minds. Thankfully, the shelter they found was a natural crevice hidden high in the cliffside. The flames from their fire were safely tucked away from prying eyes. They roasted strips of ox meat in silence, too tired and grim to talk. Eventually, as night fully embraced the sky, Shifty and Scholar passed out, overwhelmed by exhaustion. Hero stood with sword in hand and quietly said, "Try to get some rest. I'll take first watch." Sunny nodded, laid near the fire, and drifted into sleep as soon as his head hit the ground. He woke to a soft nudge. Blinking away sleep, he saw Hero beside him. "They need more rest. Keep the fire going. Wake us when the sun rises, or if the monster appears." Sunny took his place by the fire as Hero lay down and quickly fell asleep. He was alone now. The sky was pitch black, pierced only by a sliver of moonlight. Sunny's eyes, however, could still make out shapes in the dark. He stared into the void below, the slope they had scaled earlier. Far in the distance, he spotted the path winding back toward the battlefield. And then, something stirred. A shadow crawled onto the stone platform below, hunched and menacing. The tyrant. It sniffed the air, then slowly moved, scraping its claws along the rock. When it bumped into a body, it dragged it toward its gaping jaws. Even from so far up, Sunny could hear the faint crunch of bone. He flinched and accidentally knocked a loose stone off the ledge. It bounced, then triggered others, creating a cascade of noise. The tyrant froze. His head turned, slowly, directly toward Sunny. He stopped breathing, every muscle tensed. It stared up for what felt like forever, then turned away. Sunny's eyes widened. "It didn't see me. It's blind." He recalled those pale, unmoving eyes. The monster hadn't reacted to movement, only to sound. It was all starting to make sense. At dawn, Sunny woke the others, but Hero's hopes that rest would restore the group were crushed. Scholar looked worse, drained and listless. Shifty looked half dead. "What's happening to him?" Sunny asked. Scholar, coughing, whispered, "Could be altitude sickness. Some get it bad." "I'm fine, idiots," Shifty rasped, barely able to form the words. Hero frowned, lightening Shifty's load and reluctantly passing some supplies to Sunny. "Did anything happen while we slept?" Sunny stared at him. "The monster. It's eating the bodies." Hero's eyes narrowed. "How do you know?" "I heard it." He went to the cliff's edge, squinting into the distance. After a while, his jaw tightened. "Then we need to move faster. Once the bodies are gone, it'll come for us." They set off once more, spirits grim and heavy. Sunny struggled with his new burden, every step a battle. The sun climbed higher, and they did too, in silence, each focused on surviving. But Shifty lagged more with every step. Then, a sudden scream. Sunny spun around just in time to see Shifty slip. His foot lost its grip, and he fell, flailing, bouncing down the slope. They could only watch, powerless, as his body crashed over the rocks. When he finally stopped, broken and lifeless, It was clear. Shifty was gone.